The Jordan Poole experience just keeps getting funnier and funnier. During the preseason, he catches fire. He drops 41 points against New York, knocking down 6 threes. But in the game prior, he shoots 2 for 13 from the field. In the game after, he shoots 1 for 15. This is just the start of how wild Jordan Poole's tenure in Washington has been. And really, this is nothing new. With Jordan Poole, the highs are high, the lows are low. At least though, it's always entertaining. It's the 2018 High School National Championship, just seconds left at the end of the third quarter, and Jordan Poole does this to take a commanding 9-point lead.
Poole catch and shoot. Oh! Falling to his backside!
A year later, Michigan is down by 2 points in the second round of the NCAA tournament, and the freshman Jordan Poole does this.
At midcourt, extra pass. And it goes for the win! The three-pointer!
At the highest level of high school, he's hitting big shots. At the highest level of college, he's hitting game winners. In the NBA Finals, it happens again. Going into the fourth quarter of Game 2, he does this.
Launches. Oh! Money!
A shot that just put the game further out of reach. But in Game 5, once again going into the fourth, he does this to take the lead.
Poole gets it off in time.
But with Jordan Poole, for every one of those moments, you're going to get 5 of these.
Poole spinning over 2 defenders. And shot it over everything. Over 2 defenders. Yeah.
To go in regulation. Poole slips and falls. Killian's up with the basketball. Grabbed and fouled.
Shot clock off. Poole will turn it over.
If there's one thing we need to understand with Jordan Poole is that he's not afraid to shoot the ball. He might have the most carefree mentality the league has ever seen before. That's the only way you can start a career the way he did and have the guts to keep shooting. Not just that, throw up step back heaves.
To Poole, to hit it. That's bucket.
In his NBA debut, he got up 13 shots, made 2 of them. In the first 25 games of his career, he averaged 8 points. Okay, but that was taking 10 shots. He was shooting just 26% from the field. Over the course of his entire rookie season, he would only manage to up those averages to 9 points, shooting 33% from the field and 28% from 3. That's not just pretty bad or a rough start. That's one of the worst seasons anyone has ever put together. A terrible defender whose 33% from the field is the worst percentage for a season from any active player in the league that averaged at least 20 minutes. In order to recover from that, it takes supreme confidence. But as mentioned, luckily, that's never been a concern with Jordan Poole. In fact, even despite the carefree attitude, the work ethic has never been a concern.
He put the work in, he kept working at his game, and it's been paying off.
The kid's been putting in hours and hours of work.
That work ethic and the approach, that's where the trust is.
The crazy thing is he has the work ethic to go with it. You know, you run into a lot of guys in this league that don't have the work ethic to figure it out.
What they say, eat, sleep, hoop?
This is the combination that allowed him to go from putting together one of the worst seasons we've ever seen to being a pivotal player on the best team in the league. Out of the gate in the 2022 season, it was clear the Warriors had a new Jordan Poole. He crushes the preseason. In the absence of Clay, he becomes the honorary second member of the Splash Brothers. In the first 20 games of the season, he's averaging 18 points. Not just that, again without Clay, the Warriors are dominating. They start the season 18-2, and Jordan Poole isn't just getting 18 a game, he's filling up the highlight reel, showing off a handle and ability to hit tough shots that's making the Warriors must-see TV. When a fan base like the Warriors have, consisting of a lot of new members since 2015, collides with a player that's talent is this impressive, this fun to watch, and produces clip after clip after clip, the hype machine is gonna get crazy. You get stuff like this.
When I was out, you know players say, they always ask
Honey,
an obvious question. What did you notice when you weren't there? You know what I noticed?
at me, I'm ready to go in. You will.
Golden State Warriors must want to fall in love with
Some way, things just get even crazier. Curry goes down with an injury that's going to cause him to miss the rest of the regular season. Jordan Poole's been out of the starting lineup since Clay's return. He's back in it, and without Curry, the Warriors need him to step up. And well, he proceeds to go on a 20-game stretch to the end of the season, where he averages 25 points, 6 assists and 4 rebounds, shooting 48% from the field and 43% from 3. That's remarkable. It's hard to believe it really even happened. And going into the playoffs, Curry's actually coming off the bench, just coming back from injury. Jordan Poole is still in the starting lineup and the momentum hasn't stopped. He opens the playoffs with 30 points. In the first 3 games, he's averaging 29 and 5, shooting with 67-59 splits. From what Poole had done throughout the entire regular season, that end of the season stretch and into the playoffs, Jordan Poole wasn't just an interesting piece for this Warriors team. He looked like a future superstar, the heir to Curry and Golden State. But at this time, we were only just finding out how much of a roller coaster the Jordan Poole experience is. It was up and down, but overall, a solid playoff run from that point on. But as we got deeper and deeper in, defensive woes became a bigger struggle, and come the last few games of the finals, Poole's only getting 15 minutes off the bench, a lot of his time taken up by Gary Payton. But overall, it was an incredible season. Everyone's excited for what's to come. Enter last season, which was something.
Clock almost goes to 0, and now Poole is fouled. The Spurs are going to use a timeout. Yeah, the arm sleeve got knocked down by the foul. Get this thing off of me, and then he slips on it. Watch. Yeet.
In the league, and he has found some footing here with his really hurting right now.
Yeah, he's laboring right now. See, you don't know if he pulled something or right there, ankle.
Right. Yep.
Right there. That's absolutely.
In the 2022 season, it was clear that the Warriors team was behind Jordan Poole. They embraced his mistakes because of how good the good times were.
You guys have given me that confidence, you know, just to know what it's like to be in a pool party. It's a pool party.
Jordan Poole hits a 3. He's got 31.
But then, as it usually does, money ruined everything. Jordan Poole wants to be paid, Draymond wants to be paid, but neither get a new contract going into training camp. Tensions are high. Reportedly, an attitude from Poole is clear. And after supposedly saying, "That's an expensive backpack for 30, this happens. Just 10 days after that, Jordan Poole would be paid. Not just paid, given a max contract extension. A whole new level of expectations is now set. But as we've come to find out, it's probably not best to have expectations when it comes to Jordan Poole. Offensively, it was bad, only topped by his rookie year. He averages 20, but shooting just 43% from the field and 34% from 3. The defensive struggles hit all-time highs, and with the team struggling as a whole, unsurprisingly, he would be on the receiving end of quite a bit of frustration.
Bounces off of Isaiah Joe. Play on. Oh, and
To push off with your speed, now you're getting a tech. It's like, Jordan, come on. Let's go. You can't do that. You stay in the game. Keep your head in the game. Now Jordan.
What's interesting about that, I don't think that was in reaction to anything that happened with the official. On that offensive rebound, he was yelling at Jordan Poole to pass him the ball.
Then we reach the playoffs, and in the first round against Sacramento, Jordan Poole shoots 1 for 7, 4 for 13, 4 for 12, 2 for 11, 3 for 9, all while being arguably the worst defender on the court and making passes like this.
That Fox makes the steal. They got a 2. Oh, and Monk with an acrobatic steal. Now the turnover. Poole makes his move and kicks it into the stands.
Now, even with these struggles, you're not going to stop Jordan Poole from having a good time.
Hey! 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 Hey!
Poole starts the next round against Los Angeles really well. He's got 21 points on good splits in game 1. But then he ends that game shooting this.
Jordan Poole lets it fly. No!
They are down by 3 with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Then over the next 5 games, he would average less than 6 points, shooting 30% from the field, and the Warriors would be eliminated. So in a matter of a rookie contract, Jordan Poole had gone from putting together one of the worst seasons we have ever seen as a rookie, to breaking out and becoming a foundational piece of an NBA title, to then having one of the worst playoff outputs we've ever seen. So enter this season. He's traded during the offseason to the Wizards. Everyone's excited to see what he's going to do. He's going to have the keys for what's expected to be one of the worst teams in the league. And coming into the year, if you weren't sure where his mentality would be after a season like that, he let us know. My family's taken care of. My basketball legacy is taken care of with the ring. This is probably the first time in my life I'll play basketball with no pressure. It's a cool opportunity, dope opportunity. If he was playing in Golden State without pressure, what in the world are we about to see? And well, 9 games into the year, it's been more entertaining than anyone could have expected. That stretch of preseason games probably sums up the Jordan Poole experience pretty well. And in that 41-point game, we got a pretty good idea of what it might be like to experience it firsthand. He gets the ball, pump fakes from 30 feet. RJ Barrett is coming out to contest. Denny is wide open. He's calling for it. Shortly after, Johnny Davis is even more open at the top of the key. But in a game where Jordan Poole's already hit a couple shots, everyone knows they're not getting the ball. Instead, we're getting a heavily contested step-back 3. Denny is clearly not feeling it, even despite the shot going in. Shortly after, we see the two going back and forth on the bench, and whatever was said clearly had Kuzma cracking up. Then we hit the regular season. After a 7 for 18 debut, failing to knock down a single 3, we're just minutes into his second game with the Wizards against the Grizzlies. Jordan Poole is taking a 3 from the corner, and he goes with a turnaround bench stare down while the ball is in the air. And well,
Corner 3 on the way by Poole. No.
Jordan Poole is one of a kind. When he shoots this, he is yet to make a 3-pointer on the season. He had gone 0 for 6 in his first game. To start this game, he had already missed 2 more. He is 0 for 8 from beyond the arc and is doing a no-look 3 in the first quarter. When this happened, I nearly fell to the floor laughing. Last season, I made a video about him, and in the thumbnail, I've got him turned around celebrating a clearly missed 3, an image inspired by this iconic Nick Young shot. Jordan Poole didn't actually do this. I just thought it summed up the season pretty well. I couldn't believe my eyes when he was actually doing it in a game and in a situation like this. Unsurprisingly, it would only take us one more game for another great moment. He's on the break against the Celtics, clearly doesn't have the man advantage and takes the ball out. Then nonchalantly, like it's pre-game warm-ups, takes a behind-the-back dribble, turns around and heaves up a 3 seconds into the shot clock.
So casual, Porzingis says, get that out of here.
One game later, the Wizards are down by 21 points in the third quarter against the Hawks. Jordan Poole is on the break, throws it off the backboard for a Kuzma dunk.
He slams. Crowd here at State Farm Arena, not happy with that Harlem Globetrotter play.
Again, they're down 21 points. Who is letting these two lead an NBA team? Now, when you are playing with this kind of mentality, you're also going to get moments like this.
There you go. See how you had him underneath?
Oh, Poole in his bag. If he makes it, the crowd is going to stand up. Woo! What a move by Jordan Poole.
Put him in spin cycle high.
On the season so far, Jordan Poole is averaging 16 points, shooting less than 42% from the field, and 30% from 3. He currently has the second worst defensive rating and net rating. And while the defense or playmaking is unlikely to change in any significant way, huge Jordan Poole games are coming. In fact, a crazy run or even a season is probably coming. But so is a lot more of what we're seeing right now. And while it's ugly, few players, if anyone, has been a bigger detriment to winning, you gotta respect the confidence. At least, that's how I felt until this happened. At the timeout, Jordan Poole is in the game, so he should be sitting on the bench with the rest of the players. Wes Unseld Jr. is going over a play call. Jordan Poole is just not even paying attention. Coaches and players are calling him out and he chirps back, throws his towel and is visibly frustrated. Then after Unseld has gone over everything, he goes back and tries to figure out what the play is and is clearly confused, but he could really care less. At first, there was a level of respect for how he handled the Draymond situation, never speaking negative about him in public. The energy and support he was bringing on the bench against the Kings despite how the season had gone and how he'd been playing in that series. The confidence to take a shot like that against the Lakers and come out here this season like the NBA is a Julian Newman mixtape, shooting like he's going for Call of Duty trick shots and TikToks aren't gonna make themselves. But now it's gotten a little ridiculous. It's only been a few portions of one season where Jordan Poole has actually been a positive presence to a roster. This is one of the worst defenders in the entire league, a terrible playmaker, someone that again, outside a few stretches, has shot with terrible efficiency, someone that coming into this season was constantly referring to the Wizards as his team, yet right now is playing absolutely terrible. The team is 2-8 on the year. Not just that, take a look at this chart. Jordan Poole's team has by far the worst starting unit in the league. Without what's been a top 5 bench to this point, they would be getting blown out by nearly 40 every single night. But Jordan Poole is throwing it off the glass down 21, doing a no-look 3 when he hadn't even made one so far, and doing stuff like this. It is really starting to seem like it was a lot more than a single statement that led to that punch.